You're listening to Puma Podcast.
Hi, I'm Tatiana Maligro Puma Podcast, and you're listening to Teka Teka. When we think of makeup, we often think of a variety of foreign brands, from the reliable drugstore lipsticks of Maybelline and L'Oreal to the pricier options offered by brands like NARS and Giorgio Armani. But slowly rising to the top of mind for the Pinay consumer are makeup conceptualized and made locally. And Liz Lanuzo puts the spotlight on one of them in another Puma Podcast show, Project Vanity. Have a listen.
Hi, Albert. Welcome to the Project Vanity podcast. I am so happy to have you over on our show, being one of the founders of an amazing Filipino brand, Teviant. Tell us a little bit about how you started out. You started out as a makeup artist, right? And you were from Indonesia.
I started out Tevian on my actually 10. I launched it during my 10 years anniversary as a makeup artist here in the Philippines. I started it because, first of all, as a makeup artist, I have a dream. My dream were simple, as same as other makeup artists, to go global, to be international artists. I was able to work with international brand before, and I was their lead artist before. Sad to say, a couple of years after, I had to resign and not to renew my contract with the brand. During that time, I was lost and got burned out. I was asked to be one of their international artists in Asia, but sad to say, something stopping it. I was really sad. Of course, like I saw the schedules, I have to launch that brand in Thailand, and then my secretary and assistant will be from New York, and then I had to launch the brand also in Singapore. And they send me schedules of Fashion Week. I will be doing Fashion Week makeup. They give me schedules, but something really stopping it. So, and it's really disappoint me as a makeup artist. Kasi I was trained siguro when I'm growing up, like if you want something, you work hard for it and put your eyes on it and set a goal.
Yeah.
I was lost until I decided to take a vacation. It was 2016, I think, yeah. 2016, I was in Milan. I just enter one restaurant, not specific. Parang as a tourist, you just go there
You're
and
just walking around.
and just walk in and then try to have a nice dinner there. And then all of a sudden, one lady approached me and then like said, "Hey, you're Albert, right?" And I said, "Yes." Tapos iniisip-isip ko siya kung nakita ko na ba to, babae na to, kilala ko ba yan? And then she's blonde. She's from the US. And then she mentioned, "Yeah, we met during the conference of that international brand that we worked together before." Yearly, we have an artist conference, and then I'm always represent the Philippines. And then, yun nga, sabi niya, "I heard you're no longer with that brand." And she also mentioned that she's no longer also with the brand. And then she worked with the factory who helped that brand to develop products. And so, sabi niya sa akin, "What's next for you?" Sabi, "Honestly, I don't know yet. That's why I'm having this vacation, try to step back and then try to look the bigger picture." And then, yung umuwi kami sa hotel, that's the time I think na parang siguro God gave me a sign. Is this a sign for me to, ano? And then I think 2017, it was, yun nga, launch yung the independent brands like Kylie. So I think 2017, I really pushed through everything. I said, okay, I'm gonna put all my hard-earned savings as a makeup artist and pinuhos ko lahat sa Teviant.
I think vision is important, no? And I want to take this time to tell people na, you guys, ito, makeup artistry is an art first before anything else. And I feel like a lot of younger makeup artists get really stuck on ideas na, oh, ito lang, this is just the way to do this. Or like, ito lang nakita ko sa internet, or ito lang tinuturo sa school, so this is how I should do it. Pero having that different perspective, like for you, it's interior design, architecture, and also like, painting, like really gave you such a unique style. So after over 10 years of being a makeup artist at this point, how will you describe your makeup philosophy?
I'm on my 17 years now.
17th?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm
Congrats.
old already in the industry. I know I might sound mayabang or cocky, but this is really what's worked on me personally. Try to keep on thinking and challenge yourself. Do not follow trend. Be the trend. So create your own trend. That's what I think couple of times already that I already proved on my career that time when I first entered the bridal industry where all the brides before hindi pa sila handa na naka full slashes sila sa wedding day nila or not even a thick liner, wingtip liner, like they're all about no makeup look on wedding
Yeah,
day.
natural
So
lang. Yeah.
yeah, I changed everything, like I mean that's unfair. Like a bridal gown that you wear are couture. They put so much
Yes.
effort on that and then you just do like a wake up like this makeup or no makeup look. No, I mean like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and in the ballroom there's so much color, so much flowers and then you just look pale.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
unfair. That's how I look at it that time. And then thank God I somehow changed the bridal industry makeup during that time. I think this was 2013, 2014 that started off and then there are more brides welcome to use false lashes, not only one layer but two layers. They're already okay
Two
with it.
layers.
And then even eyelid tape, eyelid lace, everything. Kasi I grew up with those things, in Indonesia, like even everyday woman, they know how to apply false lashes and eyelid tape.
That's amazing. For listeners who may not be as familiar with Albert's work, Albert is really kind of the father of creating really couture makeup looks. So he's really famous for the way that he does eye makeup in particular. He does it in such a way that it really defines the eyes. It really kind of makes it bigger and really dramatic. And then, of course, his skin makeup is also really on point. And of course, the colors as well. Ang galing niya pumili ng colors. Like even colors that you wouldn't normally think would work for Filipinos, Albert makes it happen. If you guys haven't seen his
Grabe
work, you guys should
naman.
check it out.
You're so nice
No,
naman, Liz.
no, it's true. I mean, I've always admired your makeup even before I met you. It's really an honor to have you here at the show. I really have to ask, how is it like working with Heart? She's like the biggest style star in the Philippines. She travels all over the world. You travel with her as well. Like, how is it like doing her face and creating that signature Heart Evangelista look?
I've been working with Heart since 2009.
Yeah,
2000,
quite a
yeah.
while.
So it's been long time. To me, doing makeup has never been a work or a job for me. And to her, also having a makeup on or putting on the makeup is like a therapy for her. So it's like we are always on our best mood when we are doing that. Yeah, a lot of people always ask me what does it feel like. It's feel the same like how I apply people's other brides or other muse makeup. Si Heart kasi, whatever look that you give, minsan mas ano niya pa yung parang, uy, di okay na yan, matagal na, magkakahiya maghintay yung client or naghihintay yung director or ano, i-project ko na lang, parang ganon. So, ako naman, so I know her and I've been working with her for so long, so I know exactly what she wants and she knows exactly also how I want her to project the way she projected. So, it's more like make the time shorter and make our life easier also.
I think it's great. And I think it's really remarkable that you created that Heart Evangelista face. Because I remember I really started noticing her makeup when you started doing, because she started doing the really
The
dramatic eyes. And
glamour,
dati,
yes,
yeah, dati kasi her makeup is very like, dainty, very sweet. And then suddenly
yes.
it's like very, very couture. So I think you did such a great job contributing to that Heart Evangelista look.
Well, siguro I'm lucky also to be having this Indonesian as a background because Indonesian love their makeup really bold
Yes,
and
yes.
crazy. So yeah, I'm thankful also that I got Heart Evangelista as my first muse, and the rest is
Mhm.
history. Kasi the second one, pumasok si Kim Chiu, Tony
Right.
Gonzaga, Alex Gonzaga, and the other celebrities, Pia Wurzbach, Megan Yang. They're all during that time, like and it's all started because of I did Heart, and I they noticed how change that I did to her look. But of course, hindi lang yan. Swerte rin ako na magaling rin mag-project yung muse ko. Kasi I mean like makeup is all about extension of your expression. It's like a portraying a character. Like if you don't know how to carry the makeup, it's just gonna be useless, no matter how beautiful the makeup is.
Yes, yes, yes. It's all about attitude for sure.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
Teviant, tell us the story of why you named it Teviant. Yeah.
Tevian's name is just because I tribute this brand of mine to the woman who make me fall in love with makeup for the first time, which is my mom. So her name is Tevianti. So I remove the Y and make it Teviant. So a lot of people think that it sounds French or like
It does. I
imported,
thought it was French. Yeah.
but it's actually my mom's name, Tevianti. So I remove the Y and I make it Teviant.
That's so sweet. I got to see your mom at one of your events, and she's such a
Yes,
glamorous woman, guys. She is so glamorous,
she is
full
super.
face, the hair, the outfit. So I can definitely see, Albert's inspiration in creating these like couture looks. What year was Tevian launched?
We had the soft launch on 2018, November 28th.
Yeah.
It was on the private launching, and then we officially launching it 2019 January.
Teviant is the first I've seen a Filipino brand that really went for a more luxury kind of pricing and branding, right? So when you look at Teviant, it really looks expensive. It really looks super elegant and classy. Why did you decide to launch with a more luxury facing brand as opposed to what other Filipino companies are doing, na more drugstore, more masa? Why that decision?
Honestly speaking, it's just my love in qualities, my love in premium products, not only in beauty products and everything. I love it so much. Those things are expensive for a reason. You might see one products with hyaluronic acid is just like 300 pesos, and the other products with hyaluronic acid like 900 pesos. They sound the same, but the quality of the active ingredients different. Maybe a lower end hyaluronic acid, and the other one is the premium hyaluronic acid. I want to break that stigma na if you are local brand, you don't have quality. I would like to cater and to make people believe the local brands can also deliver high quality of products. When you say that, people think that Tevian is like more expensive than other brands here. But if you compare the quality of raw material on the active ingredients that we're using compared to the
Packaging.
international brands, that alone is already set us apart. I mean, like we want to deliver those international quality to the local market.
I do want to pick up on something you said that, just because it looks the same, it sounds the same, it's the same. This is actually the number one thing that I feel like Filipino consumers fall into. Because even in Project Vanity, the community, we get people saying na, oh, I bought this 200 peso vitamin C serum. But I've been using it for 5 months and nothing's happening. It's because you're applying water on your face. It's just water with like a tiny, tiny bit of vitamin C, or you
Exactly.
buy, yeah, yeah, or you buy
Number
this
one
50
is the
peso. Yeah.
percentages might be different, and the other
Mm,
two is the vitamin C that they're using is different. Maybe one is unfiltered, the other one is triple time filtered, so it's easily
yeah.
penetrate to your skin. So it's all about quality also. I mean, like brands will not just make and put their price just like that. Oh, I want to earn more. They're expensive for a reason. I mean, like believe me, in Tevian, I also keep on telling my team na we want to give the best quality with the arm reach of the Filipino market.
Something different that you did when you started Teviant was that it is formulated and also some of it is manufactured in Italy, right? Why?
Yeah,
So of course
absolutely.
you met that woman who really like opened the door for you for this brand, but like it's way more expensive to do that. How difficult is it to formulate products in Italy, manufacture products in Italy, as opposed to just sticking with like the Asian region? Because I know you also have other manufacturers in Asia, but I know that a
Yes.
lot of things are formulated in Italy.
Until today, siguro 80% of the production of the Tevian products still in Italy and manufacturing in Italy,
Wow.
and siguro 20% of it in the region. Um, the challenge number one, of course, is the cultural differences, the Italian and us, the Asian, right? Number two, of course, like the language and the timeline. No, that's the challenge. Basically, that's the challenge. But instead of thinking of the challenge, I want to share na it's more benefits than problems because number one, at this moment, Teven already have and work with siguro mga four big factories in Italy. So basically, those factories sila nagpo-produce ng products for huge brands also internationally. So their team is already skilled and trained how to produce and to have a better standard, to have a higher standard. I don't say the Asian manufacturer don't have a high standard. They have, but compared to this, they're more exposed to more kind of genius mind and brains, like all the R&D team from those big brands. So sometimes when you speak to them and explain to them, it's easier for them to understand. And I'm very meticulous with my products, and they love that because they said to me like they work with R&D team of every brand, but they never work with a founder. I really go to their lab and inside the lab and then work together with the chemists, and then sometimes we even like nagtatalo kami. No, 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 you do not look at it. Close your eyes, just touch it. Let's feel it. What do you see when you close your eyes? It's more on that, like compared to this is what you want, the color like that. And they were surprised also siguro that I know products more to some of their team because like lipstick, you know what, like for this 17 years of working, siguro I have like thousands of lipstick already, like
Yes.
never ending buying lipstick, foundations also.
So you're a very meticulous makeup artist. You're very involved in product development. And I think it's really interesting also that out of like the top 10 or 20 Filipino beauty brands, you're the only one who's a founder, who's still a working makeup artist, diba? How does that affect the way that you develop products for your consumers?
Oh my God. Of course, yung number of hours ng sleep ko, nabawasan na. Not as much as before. And number of hours of working as a makeup artist, I have to decide also. Like in the past, if you guys can see me before I have Teviant, I do Monday to Sunday makeup services and I accept all the celebrities, without thinking kung sino yung
Yeah.
client, sino yung kahit new client, without choosing anything. Because during that time, I had a number that I have to achieve to be capital of Tevian. But now,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to choose. I have to choose. I have to balance it. So the brands still need me. And I decided Monday to Friday, I'm working for the brand in the office. And probably Friday or weekends, I do weddings. So I'm still working Monday to Sunday. But it's
Wow.
more like I had to choose weekdays for office and then weekends for makeup service.
That's great. So, a little bit of a different topic, but you once shared how difficult the pandemic was, when it affected the brand because, it like launched late 2018, then 2019 was the official launch, and then next year, pandemic. How was that like for you as a beauty founder, as a business person?
It was crazy, like, okay, we launched officially 2019 January, but we started having a proper office April 2019. I used the time of the pandemic where everything's slower, when I have more time, no more
Yeah.
makeup bookings. So I enrolled myself in the short courses on international university on retail, on business. I used the time to research and study more about makeup. It's a learning process during that time for me. But when I said crazy, it's just because it's really hard when especially in makeup formulations and color. Like I normally interact with the people that I meet to discuss color, to see, look at this. This is more white powder. This is more blue. But that time, like, you have to discuss it online and everything. Depende sa ilaw-ilaw ng mga tao. Kung sa kanya natural light, malamang mas warm sa kanya. Tapos ako gamit ko na
Yeah.
yung light, di ba? So it's totally
Yeah.
different. And also during that time, the biggest struggle was people management. So
Mm.
I used to work where me and my hairstylist, my assistant, my driver, and my apprentice. But when I had office, I have to manage more people. So it's really
Yeah.
difficult also. Like it hit us during I'm still learning. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I become stronger because of that. If you notice also during the pandemic, I decided na it was all my hard earning and savings and I pinuhos ko lahat sa
Yeah.
Tevian. So I don't want to waste of because there's no certain that time until kailan yung pandemic, right? So during that time, my goal was actually just to finish the inventory and do not have to burn other products, do not
Mm.
have expiration,
Yeah.
expired products. Thank God we achieved that. Napas namin lahat yan. So, iniikot-ikot lang namin yung pera. Kaya nga, that's why if you notice during the pandemic, we don't launch anything because my main target is
Yeah.
just to finish the product, the inventory, and then saving the money again.
I think that was a good strategy also. I know some brands were like really pushed it, talagang go lang ng go, guys. But I like your strategy also because it was prudent but also effective. I think the possible downfall for that was, Teviant is more quiet during that
More
time. Pero
quiet,
how do
yeah.
you recover, diba? Pero I think you did a great job kind of like getting back in the game in terms of releasing new products and making people excited about the stuff that you're creating after the pandemic. Kasi ang dami niyong nilabas. Like, as soon as the pandemic was over, handa na lahat. Like, it was all out. How was that like? Were you ever afraid na parang, oh, what if people don't come back? Or like, what if people don't support Tevian as much because we weren't releasing before? Did you have that fear?
Of course, I have those fear. Like we are the fast facing right now, social media. In our generation, we have more loyalists. When you use a product, you will stay kind out of stock. You will wait. But now it's fast facing. Kung walang ka produkto, I'll go to this one. If you're not making any noise anymore, I'll go to this brand. Literally, to be on top of their mind, you have to be visible. And during that time, we were not visible. I'm just being honest with you. Like Tevian was not like other brands where they have financial, but in Tevian, it's just me and my partner. So it's just like our own pocket money, kumbaga. So that's why we have to play smart in the way na, okay, we have to bring back the money again. So ibig sabihin, abusin lang namin inventory muna without reordering. So, but yes, it's really bad siya for the retail industry. I mean, like you'll be covered by those active and more aggressive products. But luckily, no matter what, I keep on telling people, God is really good talaga na when we came back after the pandemic, we were able to relaunch new products and reordering. And it's, of course, with the help of a strong team.
Yeah, that's really important. Let's discuss a little bit more your personal life. Ah. I don't think a lot of people know that you work with your life partner, right?
Yes.
How is it
Yes.
like working with the love of your life, running a beauty business? What are the challenges? What's the best part? Please share.
We both professional, like we don't treat it just because we are partner and then we have to give a special treatment or blah blah blah. In fact, we're being more harsh on each other. In the past, like we still don't know when to stop discussing about work. So, like office hour, you talk about work. On the way home, traffic, you talk about work. And then before
Right.
sleeping, talking about work. So that's the most challenging part because we have two different personality. Like he's a workaholic and then I'm more on the creative side. So creative side, we like to, like I just, like have a drink, chillax, and then watch the Netflix first, and then boom, in the middle of movie, I have idea. It's not like him;
Yeah.
he can just keep on writing, like doing things for hours. So it was really challenging, but now we already know how to overcome it. Yeah. And of course, like what I said before, in the past we were not both full time, but now we both full time.
Do you have any advice for entrepreneurs who work with their super close friends or family or like life partners on how to set boundaries when it comes to managing your business and relationship?
It's all about having the respect to each
Mm.
other, number one. And number two, to lower the expectation. Two are the big things that I keep on reminding myself. Number one, you do not expect just because your friends or your partner, that
Mm.
person will understand you more. No, it's not all the case like that. Lower your expectation so that you will get hurt less and you can work better and you can deliver better, and then respect each other, meaning you have to respect and trust each other opinion, especially if you
Yes.
already decided if they are in this department and you're in that department, like of
Yes.
course, like when you
Yes.
work together and especially you put your money in,
Mhm.
you have thousands to say, but if you really
Yes.
want it to work, you can filter everything and you listen first
Mhm.
and be a good listener. So I guess
That's
it's not an easy process, but it's really, really a long process for even us to apply that before. And we were even, consulting to a shrink to help us,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah, two different personalities, two different
Mm-mm.
background, and then you put your money together and then it's really difficult, but like what people said, diba, money can ruin everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, we ask people and psychiatrists to guide us every process until where we are today.
Okay,
Yes.
so So as a makeup artist and entrepreneur, what are some key insights you have on the local beauty industry today? Like how do you see it developing now and where do you see it going in the future? Like, in terms of trends, in terms of buying behavior, what can you share about your insights in that way?
I'm pretty much confident that in the near future, more people buying local brands. The demand is getting higher and higher. And secondly, I would like to say that stigma dati na when I started Teviant na parang when you're local brand, you're not supposed to be this price, meaning you're having a lower quality, blah, blah, blah. But now, no, they trust us, the independent local brands more sometimes because they know that we work hard to cater to the local market what most suitable for our climate, what most suitable for our skin tone, like and the personality also at the same time. So I think this is gonna be a celebration of more local brands because the demand and the market are growing also.
I super agree with that because just recently I was applying my makeup the normal way, and I noticed before my makeup brands would syempre be like NARS, MAC, Estee Lauder, like all of these, expensive brands. But now I'm looking at my table, and so much of it is like I would say siguro my everyday makeup siguro it's probably like 70 to 80% local brands because the stuff is so good. And
Yeah.
it works even better pa in so many ways than the expensive brands. Like right now, my concealer is 350 pesos lang from a local brand, and it's so good. And of course, your foundation's amazing. Like it beats like even the ones from international brands. So I super agree with you na in the coming years, Filipinos would be adopting more and more Filipino brands. That would be the standard na, like as opposed to buying from international brands.
Yes, that's how I look at it. I really hope and cross my finger that the local influencer also will give and encourage each other to having a better credibility because we are being pressured. For example, I do have my social media also. I do have a
Yeah.
follower also. So try to have credibility to guide our followers what are good and how to use things, like properly instead of just because we have to post something, we just post something. You have to be honest, the market is quite saturated nowadays, but the market's bigger also. But at the same time, as influencer, we need to educate people properly on how to use it. Of course, the brand also, but syempre, yung mga tao, mas makikinig sa kami mga makeup artists or like you guys, blogger, influencers, things like that. So we need to educate people properly on how to use things. Like Liz, it's really funny how before I easily judge a product, like I pick up a product and then all of a sudden, ang daming fallout, nilalay ko,
Yeah.
pangit yan, parang ganun. Pero
Yeah.
like when I work with so many factories right now, pero lahat sila giving me the same, don't you feel it's good because there's no extension or adhesive in the products or in the pigment, so it's
Yeah.
all pure pigment,
Yeah.
pressed pigment. So I said, oh,
Yeah.
like that. So parang the way I look at products is different now.
Mhm.
I guess like every brands also take their chance on doing the study and research before they produce the products. What bad to one person doesn't mean it's totally bad. Maybe you just don't know how to use them yet.
So I have one last question for you. You're a very inspiring figure. You came to the Philippines with $100 to your name, and then you built your career from the very bottom talaga, and now you're one of the most celebrated makeup artists in the Philippines, and you also have such an amazing brand. What advice can you give to people who want to follow in your footsteps as a makeup artist or also an entrepreneur?
To be a makeup artist, you have to really, really understand what makeup artists do. During my time, it was really hard. You have to bring your portfolio, you have to do a free test look. People really ask who's your client, what product do you use, like where
Yeah.
now much easier. You just post one beautiful reel and photo on Instagram, people will book you right away. It's totally different. I hope the younger generation will understand and should understand makeup artist is not all about posting a video or good photos or doing a good makeup only nowadays, but it's more about giving a good service because makeup artists still in the service industry. So meaning as long as people pay you to be there, you're not the star. make the clients the star. My advice is always like that. There's only one divide when we do makeup, and that's the whoever sit on your makeup chair. It's not you. I mean, you're there to do a good service and a good makeup. That's number one because talent, everything nowadays, trend is up to you. You can follow people's trends. You can just do whatever requested by the clients. But my number one rules, even to my team, is all giving a good service. Is very important nowadays. And also, do not expect people have to feed you. I mean, they book you, they don't oblige to feed you. I mean, like if you know like it's gonna hit your meal time, grab something or bring something from home so that's something for you to grab. It's not to say like some people, especially the younger generation, like just because the client did not feed them, they have to post on social media. That's wrong. We don't use social media to blackmail people. We use that to influence people, to inspire people, to educate people, not to blackmail people. I mean, like makeup artists, sad to say, makeup artist world is really a hard work. Carry maleta, longer hours of standing, longer hours of bending your back, and longer hours of having
Waiting. Yeah.
waiting, and then make your I mean like never have a regular meal time. I mean like it's all about that. And also I guess try to keep on study and keep on inspire yourself. If there's one day that you feel burned out, it's okay, that's normal. It's not the end of the world. You just have to take a step back. So that's what and how I do it also.
How about
And
as an
as an
entrepreneur? Any
entrepreneur,
advice? Yeah.
As entrepreneur kasi, as long as you give your heart and time and focus in what you're doing, it will bloom. But for me, you don't expect that when you are having a business that your best friend or your good friend or your friend will be your number one supporter. It's not always the case. That's why I keep on saying, do not expect. You will be surprised sometimes a stranger will believe in your products more than your own friend. So it's just a good example lang. Until now, I keep on saying myself like lower my expectation, lower my expectation. Even every time I launching a product, no matter how much I'm confident with the products, also I try to lower my expectation. And also, when you lead a team, you don't be the boss, but you guide and stand together with them and walk with them. You don't just instruct people, you don't just be bossy, you just guide them. And sometimes me, I sit next to my team and then we work things together. That's how I guide people.
I think it's great to see more local brands in the beauty industry just stepping out of the shadows. Because the local beauty industry has definitely been on the rise since the pandemic. And it's honestly been exciting to find more products that are tailored to Filipina skin tones and the needs of Filipinas as well. Again, I'm Tatiana Maligro. This episode was edited by Mark Casilian and produced by Paul Reyes. We hope that this episode gave you some insight into our budding beauty industry and encouraged you to shop local when it comes to makeup or skincare. And of course, if you know someone who's looking for a local beauty brand to try out and maybe even support in the long run, it would be great if you shared this episode with them. Also, be sure to check out Project Vanity wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.